视频的各位网友，大家好，我是主持人韩宇。我现在所在的位置为
hostess of CGTN. Now we're at Atlantis Water World in Sanya City of Hainan Province. And today we're gonna gather all the hosts and the hostess for the Hainan series. And we were gonna present you a feast for the eyes. And we will go through a number of thriller programs like the roller coasters. We also went under the sea to explore the underwater world. I think you must be so excited about the upcoming program. And no worry, today we will also prepare a number of nice gifts and souvenirs for the online viewers. Now the presents are on the way. I'm going to meet all my buddies, all the other hosts and hostess. We will join another adventure. Hi everyone, I'm Yang Xumeng. Hi everyone, I'm the East Coast Line. So why is your program has nothing to do with the sea? Because I covered the scenery that is all green. We went to a green garden and also a natural reserve, a national level 1 reservation area. We later went to the largest botanical tropical garden in China. So it is an ecological visit and a tour of ecological conservation. And we have seen lots of flora, millions of plant series. Some can serve as medicine and some can for protection. And we also learned some skills for maintaining life. For example, how to get water in the wild. And later, we finally went to the sea area. So how is your part? Is it interesting? Yes, on the east line, we have drank coconut juice. What a pleasant experience, isn't that? We also gained lots of knowledge about it in the between. We also went on some water programs. We also saw a huge tree that have lived for over 200 years. It withstood even floods and natural disasters. Later, we visited Lingshui and the Clearwater stream. We also took on a drifting experience. So, if you use one word to describe your experience, it must be sea, right? Sure, we also had one typical meal around the sea. So how glad to see you here in Sanya. Now we're at the Atlantis Water Garden, and this is the highest point of this garden. This is called the Seagull Tower. And this is a most exciting place because this program is going to be very fast and very exciting. As said, this is the highest point of the whole garden. It's as high as 8 floors. You have seen the water? It is very deep. So steep. It just scares me. Check how high it is and how fast the water is. You know, this tower is as high as 8 floors. And there is a fake shark decorated in the tower. And at the foot of this tower, there are real sharks. That means we will have to jump into a swimming pool of real sharks. We have gone through so many adventures. Still, we dare not take the risk to have a try to dive into the swimming pool. How about you go first? And how about you go first? How about giving this decision to the online viewers? So if you choose me, you post 1. If you choose her, you comment 2. So we count down 10 seconds and check the answer later. So if you choose Xingmeng, you post number 1. If you choose Yang Siqing, then you post number 2. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. So I was picked. I am so scared. I dare not have the try. I am even more scared, and thank you for not picking me. Today we have prepared some nice souvenirs. We altogether have prepared 10 tickets, entrance tickets to the Atlantis Water Garden. Now we are prepared for jumping from the tallest part of the tower to the lowest. Be prepared to get the nice gifts. We will have 10 souvenirs. So she will jump, and I will be presenting the souvenirs. So get prepared. So how to get down? Let me teach you. Hold your shoulder like this. Do not change your motion anywhere in between. Hold to the same motion all the time during your trip. Keep your legs crossed all the time. Loose your hands and get go. I'm free to go. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, the sunshine is so strong. I feel quite dizzy. Give me a few seconds to rest. During my trip, I saw real sharks. It's like a travel of time. As a matter of fact, the trip is quite interesting as well as exciting. After I finished the trip, as I looked back, I thought it was even more interesting. I feel like give it a second try. And dear online viewers, I'd like to thank you for letting me try first, because I guess my partner must be more scared than I am. So I'd like to wait for her to calm down. I have tied up my hair and get prepared for the trip. My heart is beating. So would you like to teach me the motions again? Okay, first keep your legs crossed and also cross your arms like this. And keep the motion still, keep the same motion throughout the trip. I feel so scared. I'm scared, I'm so scared. If you were me, you will know how I feel. So how about next? You should lie down and cross your legs and arms. Are you okay? How do you feel? How is the trip? I feel like I'm traveling through time. I feel so horrible. I didn't expect it to be so fast. Until I open my eyes. I keep my eyes shut during the trip. So exciting experience. You must have a try. So how do you feel? Well, I feel so lucky to be the first to come down, because I think you must be more nervous than I am. Please give us a round of applause, because it took so much courage to finish the trip. Could you guess how much time I used to finish the whole trip? It's difficult to calculate because I covered 3 parts of the channel. In one part, I saw the real sharks. I didn't see the sharks because I kept my eyes closed all the time and my hands are still shaking. I think this tour is the most adventurous part of the whole water garden. It's the most exciting part. I heard there is another program out there that is all the more exciting. There is a gentleman waiting for us to join him. The name of the program said to be the Big Trumpet. Hi everyone, guess where I am? Did you hear the scream? This program is called the Big Trumpet because when you do the program, you will feel all the scream and the outcry. When we climb up, We heard this program is going to be very adventurous. And before joining this tour, you must have your weight checked in order to protect your security. This is a whole night bird's view of the whole program, and these channels are what we are going to be go through. The channel has an angle of 45 degrees. It bends somewhere, and some part of it is straight, and most of it is bendy. Now let me put away my glasses. If you are bold enough, you choose this seat. Please use your feet to fix mine. The hostess cried all the time. So how do you feel? Finally, the trip is done. I feel so excited. Let me put off my glasses first. I think the most thrilling part is the time when we dive into the channel. I feel a sense of weight loss. I lost my sensations. I feel so cold, but looking back, it is very interesting. I feel like giving it a second try. Hi everyone. We're still at the Atlantis Water Garden. My name is Guanlan. Today we're happy to have a staff from the local garden. Hi, my name is Liu
也
Ming.
谢谢您能够
Good to
今
see
天做我们
you.
的嘉宾。那据说这个水族馆啊，在这里你可以看到像鲨鱼、巨骨
We're
石鱼、
located
水母
at
等等有
an
280多种生物，
aquarium.
对吗？那
It's
今天
that
我们也
here
非常
we
开心，请
have
刘明老师让我们
around
一起近距离地接触这
280
些海洋生物，
varieties
这个亚特兰蒂斯古
of
城的秘密。
the
想问
fish.
一下
So, would you like to
那想
take
问一
us
下
on a
我真的
tour
是
to the
半天了
aquarium?
它这个通体这种牛奶的白色晶莹剔透，这是什么鱼？
这个鱼
The
的中文名字里叫虱目鱼啊，你说的牛奶鱼
The
是吧？是
fish
英文的名字
has a
这个鱼
milky
为什么在我们第一个
skin.
为什么是这样呢？主要是因
The
为
color, it
这
looks
种鱼
like
它的
milky.
鳞片排列的特别紧致，然后颜色特别亮丽。
It has a very
而且它
bright
这个鳞它可以
color
反射一些光线，再加
and
上它的数量，
the
第一
scale,
时间让你感觉
its
到你进入了
squama
海洋世界，你已
is
经被
tight,
包围了。
very
你有这种感觉
tightly
了我看很多游客在这边拍照
located.
是吗？
所以这是我们的第一个打卡点。
第一个打卡点
This is
是
the
记住了吗？第一个打卡点
most
在这里
popular
好的往前
star
走
site of the aquarium.
所以您能给我们大致介绍一下咱们水族馆的情况吗？
我们
Could you give us more information about the
空
aquarium?
间水族馆呢，上下一共有2层，然后
We
有
have 2
30个
floors
大小的
here.
缸体，都是天然
We have
基本上都是
around
天然的海水
30
养殖，也有一些淡水鱼啊，就包括你刚才
pools.
说的这个巨骨舌鱼啊。然后呢，还有我们这里
We
有
just
大概
introduced one kind of
280多
fish.
种有8万多尾生物。
We have altogether 80,000 species.
非常大是吗？
对，因为我们
That means we have a huge pressure to maintain the running here.
13500吨水，只要90分钟就可以循环一遍。
It only
活水
takes 90 minutes to get all the water filled. The total water capacity is over 13,000 square meters.
这是鲨鱼吗？上面这个？
对，这个鲨鱼呢
Is this the shark?
鲨鱼叫豹纹鲨。
Yes, it is
花纹呢像豹的花
a
纹一样
shark
所以叫豹纹
species.
鲨
It has a
现在只能看到它
very
静静地趴在这里
particular
你可能不大容易看见
pattern.
它的侧面，因为它很懒。
非常懒是吗？
and it's lazy, so it will not turn its back to you for you to see its back.
这个都是我们自己繁育的宝宝啊。
And its skin has a pattern of the leopard
但是它这个
print.
鳍这里是白色的，还是非常好看的，还有尾部。
And this fish has a
就叫白鳍
white
鲨。
对。
fin.
这个宝宝，哎，它
That's how it gets its name,
对
white
它是一个品种
fin
而
shark.
且这3只我看看啊
The three sharks are of the same
我
species.
想问这只宝宝它多大了？
这只宝宝
So
大概
how
将近
old
7 个
is
月
this one?
7个月已经这么
It's
大了。
7 months
那
old.
它在这儿繁育，也就是说它的爸爸妈妈也是。
So is it bred
妈妈
here?
在我们的鲨鱼池的鱼缸里。
Yes, its parents are in this aquarium, but in the shark
包
pool.
括这个白鳍鲨，这个白鳍鲨呢
The
它
white
跟
fin
那个
shark
豹纹鲨它是有一定的区别的。
It's
因为这个
different
白鳍鲨呢
from
它出生的
the
时候
leopard
它在
print
母体
shark.
里头完全成长
When
后
it's in the
直接
belly
生
of
出来
its
它就
mother,
可以游动的。
生出来就可以游动。
and when
对。
it's
但
given
是
birth,
刚刚说豹纹鲨跟它
it
不一
can
样它
directly
是
swim.
怎么个情况呢？
So what's the
豹纹鲨
difference
是这样
between the
豹
white
纹鲨
fin
这个
shark
跟
and
一
the
般的鲨鱼不太
leopard
一样啊。
print shark?
豹纹鲨在它们在公鱼和母鱼它们在交配的时候啊，
The leopard
只要交
part
配一次啊，
print
这
shark
个雄鱼的精子就可以一直停留在母鱼的体内。这个时候，这个
One
时间
thing
可能
particular
长达
about
3到
this
4
shark
年，也
is
就是说交
that
配一次，它可以在3到4年之内不停的生育，然后它生出来
The
的是一种茧，是卵。
egg
哦，是卵生。
can
对，
stay
然后它
as
这个卵
long
大概
as
需要
several
180
months,
到240天
and
孵
the
化
egg
期
needs
啊，它是一个就像咱们吃饺子一样
180
从这个
days
蛋
to
黄
get
逐渐
mature.
长成一个成体，最后才从这个钻出来啊。
哦，
所以
非常
它们2个虽然都是鲨鱼，但是它们的就是孵化方式是不太一样的。
非常不一样啊。
So the incubation ways are different for these two types of sharks.
而且我们呢也要注意啊，不管是多大的鲨鱼，我们都不要碰啊，因为它们的牙齿都是很锋
And
利
be
的。
cautious because all the sharks are
这个
dangerous.
豹纹鲨我听说还
Be
是挺
cautious not to touch
啊
them.，
它就是比较萌，比较懒啊。就包括我们这些鳐鱼啊，这都是我们自己孵化的，尤其
And these
这些鳐鱼呢
fish
我们
are
尽量
all
不要碰 为什么呢？
bred
基本
here.
上同科类的鳐鱼尾部都有一颗刺，这个刺是有剧毒的。如果我们去抓它或者去摸它的时
The
候，
tail part of the fish is poisonous,
如果扎到手上，
so be
或者扎到
careful
身体
not to touch
进入血
them.
液，那会对我们造成一些伤害啊。
海底玩耍还是要
If you
谨慎，不管
get
是潜水员
stinked,
还是
then you are in
普通
great
玩家
danger.
只要进海，比较小心啊。
想问一下，我刚才在那边就看到他们这个好像在跳舞一样，这个扭动幅度还是挺大的。这是什么鱼？
And this fish, I wonder what's this name.
说法的有个名字叫六线妞妞。
六线是这
The fish is very
对
colorful,
非常聪明啊，它身体上有
and
六条线。为什么叫妞妞呢？
surface
就是因为它身
has
体扭动得
lots
特别
of
大，然后
lines,
身上的色彩又特别
and
艳丽，
it
像
swims
跟小姑娘
fast.
一样，所以叫六线妞妞。
And the motion and the way it swims, like it's like a
有
lady.
点绕口，我来跟您学一下，叫条斑胡椒雕。这个
So
胡椒是我们
its
吃的那种
name,
调料胡椒吗？
it got its name for its lines
上面撒
on its back,
就像咱们那个
and
胡椒
also the
粉撒
dot.
过了下去一样，所以
还是很生动的，这个学名非常生动。
它条斑是因为
The
它是
dots are like the pepper.
胡椒是就像这种撒的胡椒粉一样。
所以它是属于这。
So its
对，
name
它在
is
国外呢还有
pepper
另外一种
fish.
名字叫金松鼠，就是因为它的尾巴比较大啊，然后颜色又比较漂亮。
Outside China, it has another name,
大家记住了吗
squirrel fish, because of its tail.
胡椒雕和金松鼠。
对，您记忆力非常好。
Gold squirrel is its
来
name
我们往
outside
那边看
China.
看你看看这个鱼，你认不认识？
I'll show you another kind of fish.
早看看下一个缸又有什么值
I'd
得
like to
期待
see
的
if you know its name.
这个很特别啊，这个有点儿搞不清楚，它这是海
Wow,
参
this
还是
fish
什
is
么
very
这个
special.
鱼呢叫
Is
海
it
扇啊它海
a
扇和
marine
海鳗呢
animal?
比较相似，大家很多时候可能区分不开啊。这个其实它们是完
Yes.
全不同的两种鱼，从生活习性到外观啊，都有一些
The fish
区别
is very special
海扇呢，你
because
看它的这个最典型就是海扇它是胸鳍基本上是没有的了。
it does not have a chest fin.
对对对，在它头两边这个胸鳍是没有了。海鳗一般会有啊，然后再有一点海扇，你看它的头会有一
And
种
check the details of its head.
一个形状。一般
It
的
has
话
a protruding
海鳗的形状不
mouth.
会有这么明显的这么一个有这么一个凸起。再有一点呢，就是海鳗一般比较圆。咱们海扇，你看它这
This
相对来说
fish is similar to the long-jawed conger eels, but they are not the same
所以
species.
视力不太好吗？
对，您猜
This
得很准
fish
啊
tends
它这
to
就
stay
包括我们
in
养
a
的这种
hole.
鱼为什么养到一起？因为海扇也是吃鱼的。那么怎么防备它们
You know
怎么让
the
它们共同生活在一起
eels
互相不打扰
eat
呢
fish,
这
and
个
how
鱼也
to
夜行性
guarantee
这种
that
鱼
they do not disturb each other.
所以金丝笛雕跟这个海扇是很好的室友，是吗？
对，就是基
And
本
this
上
fish
不会
is
发
good
生
friend
相残
of
的
the
这种状况
eels.
所以这是有讲究的
That means
可以
they
跟它在
can
一起。
那
keep
肯定
each
啊
other
否则
at
你
good
把两种
company.
比如说一种非常凶猛的鱼和一种特别温顺的鱼养到一起，那么特别温顺的鱼一定会被咬伤或者吃掉
并且有的时候习性也要相
So we will be very cautious not to
它们一
put
定要互相不能
the
有影响
fierce
要保证它们能
species
互相
together with the mild ones.
当然在我们的
Otherwise,
大池里头有的时候
the
有些大
less
鲨鱼它也
advantaged
会
ones will got
有
eaten.
误伤的这种情况这个是丛林法则，因为你要保证鱼的健康。
This is the rules of the
我刚
forest.
才在那边就看到它们，但是感觉这鱼好像是吸附在这里的哈。
对
你看到这有一个腿。
And this fish is very interesting. It seems that
在这
it's
里一张一合的。
tied up to the window.
这个鱼叫翼鱼，咱们这一般管它叫吸盘鱼，就是因为它这个像吸盘一样，它这个吸盘
It's like
本
it's
身是
sucking
由它的那个
the
原来的
window,
背鳍
and that's how it's named.
这个鱼呢有另外一个名字叫做就是一个戏称吧，叫做海上旅行家
It's also nicknamed as the travelers of the sea. Is it because it's
到各地吗？
哎，对，您猜的非常准它
the
平时有时候
way of
它
its
会
motion?
有时候会吸在一些鳐鱼、鲨鱼等大型鱼体上，或者鲸鱼
Yes, sometimes it's attached
现在
to
呢，因为现
the
在的这个
body
航
of
海业
the
非常发达，有很
sharks
多轮船
and
还有的
other
时候也可以
fishes.
在轮船上 跟着轮船
sometimes even attached to
所以它有
to
叫
the
海上旅行家的这么一个称呼。
挺会讨巧的，也挺能偷懒的。
是。
to the ships.
而且这个鱼呢，它的
That's
游动
how
方式也
it
很少
travels
你看它大部分
across
时
the
间都是
world.
趴在这的除了吃食物的时候，它会有积极一点啊。
Most of the time, it maintains this motion, so it's quite lazy, unless it has to get food.
有点像家里那笤帚。
对对对，它就叫扫把鱼啊。
扫把鱼。
啊，它就叫扫把鱼啊。咱们
And this
古人
fish
呢就
is
叫
quite
长肉
interesting.
啊
对。
It's called broomfish because of its shape.
就像我们捏着的一把扫把啊，所以叫扫把鱼。
这些还有一些小的鱼，我看你看这个比较。
I have noticed some smaller sized fish,
还有这条黑鱼，请刘老师给我
like the
介绍一
black
下
one.
这个叫海水大铅笔啊。你看它的那个侧面有一条黑色的长条形的一个。
Did you notice the dark line on its body?
刚刚那个鱼呢，那个
The dark line refers to its name, the
对
pansong
泡
fish.
蛋鱼，你看它的身形啊。首先，你看它的颜色，它的脸
First,
是褐色
you
的
check its
然
color
后身体上发
and
黑
then its
然后再
shape.
加上它那个尾部啊，你看它有两个长长的鳍，就像
And
咱们
also,
西方神话里面的
at the
魔鬼
tail
一样
part, it has two
所以
fins.
再就是它的身形，像咱们那个武器里的炮弹。
炮弹
啊，所以
And its body looks like
这条黑色的小
the
鱼。
powder.
我们再往前转一转。
对，我们可以往前走啊，因为这个
It's like a
好
weapon.
吧，我们有一条益生鱼，不知道躲到什么地方去了。
医生鱼睡了，
对，有可能
歇了，也不能时时都来值班。
啊，这个
And there is another interesting species, the medicine fish, but it has hidden, so nowhere to find.
比较特别，就是它像
So let me show you another fish.
一个川，就是那种山川，
啊
但是这个我猜不出来。
啊
I cannot know its name.
川文就是四
就是
川的
就是
川。
四川的川字得名的
然后也是鲷鱼的一种。
也是鲷鱼的一种，但是这种鱼呢比较凶啊。
And this fish is quite
扎人也
fierce.
多多少少有一些。
If you got attacked, you will get
我
hurt.
能理解为这个圆缸子里的都不是省油的灯。
对，都相对来说。
So all these species are
凶猛的一些鱼类啊。
fierce
这个叫
and not friendly.
背鲷，你看到没？它的背特别弯啊。
大家来看一下这个背，这个驼背鲷。
So
它
these
在这里是有一个缓
pink
坡
ones
缓
are
下去的
snappers.
所以刘老师说这条叫驼背鲷。然后我再看到刚刚远方那个地方有海龟，若隐若
I
现。
also see turtles.
对，看到了吗？
它来了
就在那个位置啊，它已经来了。这个是海龟里的一种，这种叫玳瑁。
玳瑁。
对，它跟海龟
It has a particular Chinese name, 玳瑁。
海龟有几种啊？一个是玳瑁，一个是绿海龟，一个是红海龟。
So the turtles have different species, the green ones and the red ones.
玳瑁的嘴细长，而且有这个鹰嘴的这个外形。
尖的。
So this turtle is named the hawksbill because its mouth is like that of a hawk.
一般的颜色比较深啊，而且有这种花纹。
And the color of its back is quite dark.
它的外壳的边缘，一般玳瑁的是有这种锯齿的形状，绿海龟的这种形状会
And
综合来
you
看。
can see the edge
我
of
想问一下你啊，我们
its
知道这海龟
back
应该其实是用
has
吸的，对吗？
对，大概
has some
是
rims.
吧？那它像睡觉，有时候一睡几个小时，这怎么？
So how long does it sleep? When it falls asleep,
它在睡觉的时候，
how
它用的不是肺。
does it
这个
breathe?
是一个很神奇的功能，它在它的尾部
It does
呢
not
有
rely on the
有一个
lungs to
有两个
breathe.
肛囊。
肛囊像气囊一样的这个存在。
对，它这个肛囊呢，不光可以存气，它还可
Its
以
breathing system
通过
is different from
通过
others.
这个对海水在这里面跟那个在这里面就是转，然后通过血液，然后可以吸收这个海水中的一部分氧气啊。再有一点，海龟在睡眠的时候，
So
它的身
its
体消耗
blood
能量
is
消耗
able
量
to
降低
take
哎对
oxygens
就是
from
说
the
它本身
water.
减少排放啊。第二个呢，就是
and it's capable to maintain breathing functions at a low amount of oxygen. So it's able to sleep for a longer time. When it's awake, it uses lungs to breathe, and 20 minutes is its upper limit for it to keep awake. So are these jellyfish?
这个水母呢叫海月水母啊，很简单，它这个名字由来的，你看啊。
These jellyfish
圆圆的、透明的啊，因为
are transparent.
它的身体有90%。
It takes round shape, and 95% of the jellyfish body is water. You know, some of jellyfish can have some colors, but this one species is different. It is totally transparent. And the name of this jellyfish is called the marine moon jellyfish. It's like a moon rising above the sea. We heard that the jellyfish is like the brainwave of the human brain. So it's said that it has been applied in the clinical medicine to help relieve the pressure for sleep. This is called Pacific jellyfish. You know, its body is yellow, and it can hurt people very much. It has a large size. It has long serous, and the tentacles of the jellyfish can be as long as 2 meters or 3 meters. Here is another species of the jellyfish. It's very beautiful. It has dots on its surface, and it's blue. So why is the color? Because of the special gradient within its body that can give birth to the chemical reactions. So the color may change according to the level of the light. So how strong the light is will decide the color of the jellyfish.
大家要注意一点啊，基本上所有的水母都有毒啊。Please
be aware that basically all the jellyfish are poisonous. So be cautious and stay away from jellyfish. Never touch them. And some jellyfish can have low level of poison, but still be careful. If your face touches the jellyfish, then you will be in danger. Your skin will burn. That is the lowest level of hurt, but it can hurt even more. So if you play in the sea, be cautious never to touch the marine species.
或者说有一
because
些刺，
almost
或者是有一些
all the
牙，
species
或
in
者
the
是有一些毒
sea
液啊，所以我们一定
is
要注意
poisonous.
自己的人身安全。到海里面就是记得只看不碰不摸。
So the number one
记住了
rule
吗
for play
刘
in
老
the
师的
sea
嘱咐
is
只
to
看不碰
just
不摸，
watch,
这样你对于
never
动物本
touch.
身，对于你自己本身才会有更好的体验，是不是？
对，姐拉们，现在就给你个机会摸一
That's
下。
necessary for you
机
to
会来了，
keep
那
safe.
不行，我在摸之前我必须请教一下您，我该怎么摸？因为我看到这是很多海星啊。
And this and
这
this
个
species you can
对，
touch.
这个就是为了
But I
各位
have
各种
to
各种
ask
广大游
you
客过来的
how
时候感受一
shall
下
I
海洋生物
touch
专门准备的一个触摸
in
者
order
啊
to
这里
keep
的触摸
safe?
的生物都不会对人有任何的伤害。
Well, these are the
但是呢，有
starfish.
一个前提条件啊，
You can
就
touch
是我们这里的海星
and
啊
they're
不要拿出
poison.
水面去触摸它。
They
海星呢
are
是
not
无脊椎动物
poisonous.
然后是鸡皮的，所以它的摸的后背会比较硬啊，它是鸡皮的嘛，但是它很脆弱。如果你拿出水面以后，
When you
它的
touch them,
这种
you
腕
can
足啊
feel
或者是
their
它的
back
背部啊
is
接触氧气
very
会
strong,
逐渐的腐烂或者甚至是死亡啊。
but
所以我们
actually they are quite
一定要
fragile.
不拿出水面。
好的
吗，
谨记刘老师的嘱咐，我来试着去触摸一下它们啊。我看这长得好像不太一样，这个有点像面包。
哎，对，它就叫
These
面包还行啊。
species are different from each other. Some are in the shape of a bread. So let me touch the surface of this one.
粗糙的，对吗？我不会
I can
影响它
feel
休息
how
吧
raw
不会
it
不会
is.
它
好，我们
的
来钓个
它的
个。
主要器官在下面啊。
好，我们来
你可以
看一
大方面
看
看一看。
Its organs are at the
大家可以
back,
看到它那个腕足再缩回去啊。
and you can see there are small feet
还好。
that are
它已经习
crawling.
惯了，因为它在这儿就会
They
接触各种
have been
很多的
used
客
to
人啊
it
所以你
because
看
they
这个中心这个
are
地方是不是有
touched
它
by
的
many
眼
guests.
睛？
这个可以算是它的眼睛。它这个叫腕足，它有几个功能
腕足。
比如说，首先是跟眼睛，或者是咱们的嗅觉或者触觉
You know,
综合体，这是第一点。第二点，它也是它
This
行动的手脚。
starfish
行动的手脚，
哎，它
那我们让
通过这个来爬行啊。
啊，所以
而且你
你看那些
刚才没有
Cross
特别的海
on
对
its
对
own
它在爬行
feet.
你刚才
It
没
has
注意它
number of
正中间
feet,
正中间是它的嘴，嘴里面是它的胃啊。
哦，所以
and
胃
its mouth is located
啊
at the
眼睛
very
大概都是
center
在
of
那
its
个位置
body.
啊不，它的眼睛就是它的所有的
是触
所有的腕足，对
是它的触角。
对，它的这个所有
And
的
its
这个触角
eyes
都是啊，但是它的嘴是在正中
Play
间
the
啊
function
交汇的
of
地方
feet.
啊，这种呢就叫五角海星。
五角海星。所以我们看啊，刚才好像除了海星之外，还有一条小鳐鱼游过，是
And
吗？
this one is called five-pointed
有
starfish.
点错过了，我再摸一下这个五角海
可以
星吧
啊。啊，
我不给它翻过来了，
对
就轻轻的感受一下。
I will now turn it
哇这个
over.
鸡皮感觉更明显
更明显
一些啊，
啊
相对较粗糙。我们来翻过来看一下刚才刘老
This
师
is
说
still
的腕足
pentagon.
还有它在中心的这个胃，对不对
嘴？
啊，还有嘴。
At the very center of its body is its stomach and its mouth.
啊，
啊，你可以轻轻的拖一下它啊。
所以这个就是小黄
对，
鳐。
这个叫小黄鳐啊，非常可爱的一个小鱼啊。
我们看一下小黄鳐，所以它有多大？
像这种的话，已经有将近1岁了。
How old is
对，
it?
你别看它小。
Well,
但是
for
它的
a small one like this,
年龄
it is already 1 year old.
这个品种，它的体积就不大啊。
And
不像
this
我们大河里的
species
那
is
种
does
啊
not
那种
have
体
large
积会比
size.
较大啊，还是有很多的区别。
它会怕人吗？会介意人去触摸它吗？
它们实际上是不愿意人去触摸它的。
Actually, they
啊
prefer not to be touched
像这种小黄鳐还
by
无所谓，
humanity.
大型的黄鳐的话，会有毒刺啊，所以我们尽量不要去触摸大的黄鳐，而且大的黄鳐它的咬合力也非常强。大的黄鳐有
And be
直径
careful
有
not
2
to
米多，它
touch
那个
larger
嘴啊
sizes
那么大
because
你
they
的手伸进去
can
可能
bite you.
手指如果弱一点，有可能会夹碎啊。所以我们要注意自己的
And they
生
may
命安
even
全
crunch your
又回到主题
fingers.
了，今天的主题是注意生命安全。
对，没有我们
So the
应该
number
了
one
解海
rule
洋
of
生物啊，既不
playing
影
with
响
this
它，又不影响我
species
们
is
啊
to
因为你去触摸它，
keep
也有可能会
safe
对它造成伤害，对吧？
是这样的。梁老师这边的鱼啊，我觉得它色泽也是很莹亮的这种哎，这个
你看一眼啊，你觉得这
Well,
个鱼
this fish is also bright,
这个鱼它们
has
是一种
shiny colors.
这个问题，如果 果您这样问的话，那应该是一种鱼，但其实从我的视角看，还是很不一样的。
From my point of view, I don't think they are the same
它
species,
是同一种是吗？
but actually they are.
它有一个特点就是越大越丑，啊，
越大越丑。
What's funny about this species is that the larger size it has, the more ugly it gets.
对，它有小的时候，它的身体是方形的，然后它的这个须，也就是这个丝，啊，这个脐带的这个丝会很长。它长得越大的时候，
It
它的
has
身体变得越
a
长，
long
这个丝越
fin.
来越短，长到好。
可以理解为这个女大18变，越变越好看。这是
So
女大
it means
18
when
变
it gets
越变
older and older, it will
对
get
越变越丑啊。
more
在我
beautiful,
们往
but
这边看一下
it's
啊，这边
the
有一些淡水鱼
opposite
类
for the
还有一
fish.
些比较体积比较大的鱼啊，可以给你
Let
一
me
种
show
震撼
you
感。
a fish that is of larger
这
size.
个时候就会有一些，
那我们可以来这边看一眼。
对对对，
啊，哇，这个已经见到嘴了啊，见到头部了。
I have
头部就
seen
有点巨型
a
了。
big
我
head
正好是
of
给
a big
观众看一下
fish.
哇，所以那边那一条，我觉得用条形容都有点弱化
It's
它，
so
我应该用
huge.
尾
对，
还是
也可以
比。较合适。所以这个是
龙趸石斑，
龙趸石斑，是我们常说的石斑的一种，是吗？
So what's the
石
name
斑鱼的那个
of
石
the
斑。
fish?
对对对，没错。这种石斑呢，体型比较巨大，就是在所有
It's
石斑里的
a
它是
kind
最
of
大
a
的啊。
garupa.
最大的体积可以长到将近3米，然后体
The
重可以
largest
达到
size can
400多
be 3 meters
400公斤，
and
那是大概
400
是几个我了？
那要
kilograms.
看你有多重喽。
那这边是还有白化的这种白色的一个石斑，
对
是，吗？
它这个就是白化的石斑。
I've seen a
实
white
际上
species
这种白化
of the
石斑的话，
grouper.
一般的话都是不太健康的，因为它的身
Actually,
体
the
对
white skin is
对这个
not
阳光
a symbol of
会有
health
抵抗力会弱一些啊。
because
我们
it's
下去往前转一
not
转
resistant
这边
to
是
the
石斑
strong
鱼
sunshine.
在一个缸里。
对，啊，我们再往前就是一个比较特殊的一些鱼类啊，这个是淡水缸啊，你可以看一眼，有很多不同的和海水不同的鱼。
来，我们来这边看一下，所以这是这里面整个馆里面唯一的淡水缸了，对吗？
对，基本上是。
So this is the only freshwater pool within this water garden.
啊，这个就是巨骨舌鱼啊。
大家看一下那边，在那边休息的有3尾，对吗？3尾是巨骨
So
舌
there
鱼。
there are
对，这
3.
3尾是我们这里的一共有5到6尾吧。
我想请教一
Piraruku.
下您为什么叫
Piraruku is the
骨舌鱼
name
呢
of
巨骨
the
舌鱼
fish.
是吧
对，是的。
因为它跟其他的鱼不一样，其他的鱼的
This
舌头
species is different from others
啊
它的舌头是硬的
because
骨头
it has
所以叫
stiff
巨骨舌鱼，
tongue,
因为舌中有
hence
骨
the
头
name.
对
所以这种鱼其实也被称为是
Because
活化
its
石
tongue is
它
as
应该
hard
说是
as
这
stone,
个淡水鱼里面最大的
so it's named
鱼种吧最大的鱼种
Piraruku.
之一了。
对之一。这种鱼呢，它是大概
It's
生
one
活
of
在
the
1
largest
年
species
它是在南
in the
美洲的亚马
freshwater
逊河生存。
fish.
这个鱼呢，它这个特点就是力气特别
It
大，
used to
蛮力
live
非常强。
in the
头
Amazon
冲吗？
forests.
它一是速
It
度快，而且它
has
实际上它不用
a life has lived
它有
for
它有
over
自己独特的
100
抓鱼技巧
million
它为了
years
吃一些小
on
型的
Earth.
鱼啊，甚至
It
它有的时候
feeds
会吃
on
小
smaller
鳄鱼。它
fishes.
的尾巴很有力量，在看到猎
Its
物的时候
tail
会
has
甩
strong
甩
force,
它
so
的
it
甩出去的
relies
力量大
on
概有
its
多大呢
tail
可以把
to
成人击倒，
sweep,
成年男性击倒，力量非常大
也不。愧是
and it
400
can
公斤的
attack
分量
它没有400公斤，
a
它最大的
human,
也就是
a male
据我所知也就是100多
who
公斤。
reaches maturity.
对，那个才是400多公斤，那是龙趸石斑啊。还有这种鱼，其实大家也应该关注一下啊，这种鱼，这种鱼叫淡水白
And
花
check
鲳
this one.
这种鱼的性格很凶猛啊，
This is the
它
white
可以把我
grouper.
们的潜水的呼吸管咬断。
Don't be
所以我
mistaken
们
by
看一
its
下这个
by
凶猛
its
的鱼之
skin.
一淡水白花
It's
鲳
very fierce.
来，我们
这个我们就可以看到刚才我们说的有关于豹纹鲨的宝宝大家可以看一眼，这个就是豹纹鲨所产的卵
And these are
大家可以我们
the
可以
eggs
近距离的给一个
of
镜头
the
看一下
leopard print sharks.
从蛋黄到
It shows different stages of the eggs from 30 days to 60 days, 90 days, and 120 days.
就是豹纹鲨的和条纹斑毒鲨的生育方式。这个你肯定知道。
You must know this fish.
小丑鱼就是《海底总动员》里面那个尼莫，对吗？
对，这个就是公子小丑啊。
公子小丑，所以它其实跟海葵是共生的。
It's called clownfish.
它平时呢，这种小丑鱼呢
And it's a famous figure in the animation.
同时呢，它会吃海葵吃剩下的一些残渣碎屑啊。
It also feed
小
on
丑鱼
它其实也是有
the residue of the food
身体来
of
蹭
the
这个海葵身上的这个
seaweed.
但是它有的时候就是蹭的不够周全的时候，也会被海葵。
So it is the figure in the animation Finding Nemo.
对，它是雌雄同体，但是它
It is female and male in one.
它会有一条变回雄鱼啊，但是它不会变回来。
只会变成雄鱼，但是雄鱼无法变成。
So when it dies, it will become the male, but it cannot become the female.
这个啊，你看看这里头是有个特殊的啊。
这个缸里有鱼吗？冒昧问一句。
有。
来，我们看一下，网友们看
So
一下，
are
这
there
里面
any
有
fish
鱼吗？
inside this pool?
好像有在动的。
就是实际上
It's difficult to
对，
notice.
实际上你看着像石头的这个就是鱼啊，它的学名就叫它就叫。
This one looks like a stone, but actually it's a fish.
玫瑰梭柚。
对。
It's called a rose fish.
这个色泽，这个外貌是一种保护色，一种伪装吧？
对，就是它这种花
So
纹
the
的颜
stone
色
color
让人看着更
is
像一种石
to
头，
protect itself.
所以它叫石头鱼。但是这种鱼呢，是我们又要避免的一种生物。它呢后背
We
的
must
毒素
avoid
毒液
it
非常
because its fin can be
除了刚才
poisonous.
刘老师讲到的，像水母啊、鳐鱼啊
So
不要
as
轻易
said,
去碰
the jellyfish
等等啊，还有包
and
括
this
刚才这个石
species
头鱼，你们也要小心。
must be guarded against. Be cautious not to touch them.
还有我们在海中看到一种非常漂亮的鱼，叫狮子鱼啊，它这个。
And there is another species whose name is lionfish because it's very beautiful. And never touch it.
所以我们要注意更多，这个是我们要注意的啊。看看，这个是一定要看到的一个生物，这个就是海马。
这个是水族馆常常见到的一种啊，海马，这被称为是
This is the seahorse.
对，它特别能生，是吗？这个叫彭富海马啊。 它呢，就是我们一般管它叫水中的袋鼠。
袋鼠是有育儿。
It's nicknamed the squirrel of the squirrel in underwater.
就是说
It's a super daddy.
会排到雄海马的袋子里啊。
Because the egg from the female seahorse will be transferred to that of the males. So it's nicknamed the super daddy. The seahorse does not have any teeth. It does not have stomach either. So what it can do is to keep eating to sustain life. Otherwise, it will starve to death. You mentioned there are 2 floors, so there is another floor up there. Yes, we have many interesting species like the spider crab and also the lionfish. But due to time pressure, we cannot show you enough. You'd better visit here by yourself. And thank you for giving us so much interesting information on the species. So here is a small question. Please post your answers on the interaction session. We have prepared nice souvenirs. We have prepared 10 entrance tickets to the water garden. So,
请大家作答吧。
There are two species, the white fin shark and the leopard print shark. Of the two species, whose baby can swim at birth?
Hello， 大家好，我是冠兰，我们又见了。刚刚在
Hello
水族馆
everyone,
进行了一趟
glad to see you again. Just we visited aquarium.
礁湖旁边，你能看到这边巨大的落地窗展示
And
了这有
we have
这个
watched so many species.
然后刚才我记得我刚刚提了一个问题，我不知道你们还记不记得
I just raised a question for the online viewers.
到底是哪种鲨鱼的宝宝
So there are two kinds of fish, sharks.
然后接
The
近的时候到了，我告诉你们，其实是白鳍鲨。
white fin shark and the leopard print shark. Actually, the baby of the white fin sharks can swim at birth. It uses 180 days to get mature and to be laid. Well, as we have traveled so far, now it's time for a meal, so I will take you to an interesting restaurant, a local restaurant that has a features style. As we walked in, you can see many decorations using the shells, seashells. a lot of marine styles.
美妙的地方让很多人会过来看呢？我们来往前走。哎，Eric 你好。
Hi, Eric.
嗨，你好，你好，我是范兰。给大家
I'm from CGTN. Could you say hi to the online viewers?
好，Eric 可以先给大家做一下自我介绍吗？
Could you introduce yourself? Yeah, I am the manager of this restaurant.
上一部分人了，我们边走边说。谢谢您。
And I'm running this restaurant. My name's Eric. And the whole restaurant covers 560 square meters. We have 139 tables.
养清水。
So we have 3 sections.
我觉得是一个展示台。
I wonder which part is this? Well, this part is for decoration. So it offers
我
seafood.
来之前是听说这边有一个求婚成功率高达100%。
Well, before I came here, I heard that this place is famous for wedding proposals, and
C 位。
if you propose here, you have very high rate of success.
所以很多消费者、很多顾客他们会选择在
That's why many consumers choose to take their partners to your restaurant during the festivity occasions, right?
这个喜庆的时刻。
Yes, this is a festive place, and it's a nice place for wedding proposals.
对，没错。所以我们给客人提供的呢，就是一些正常可以一边享受着我们的海鲜大餐的同时，然后一边
Yeah,
观赏
so we'd like the tourists to come and to enjoy not only the seafood but also the marine underwater scenery.
这样的一个体验。
所以大家可以看到，这就是这么一个大概有2米高的落地窗。
This aquarium
大
is
环礁湖在这里。
has a height of 2 meters.
没问题。那咱现在开始咱的海鲜大餐。
谢谢。
没问题。
We have prepared a seafood meal for you.
您可以大致介绍一下。
也没问题。咱这边桌上呢就已经给您准备好了咱餐厅的一个特色，然后也是咱的一个海鲜大餐，是很纯正的。比如像这个
These are typical seafood
那可以看得到这个海
and
鲜
assorted dish,
像海鲜有龙虾、
lobster
虎虾、
and tiger
这个带子，然后还有这个
lobster and tiger shrimps
咸鱼、鱼子酱。
and also carnivore.
是的，没错，
所以这个海鲜拼盘其实是咱们这儿的一个主打。
对，也是一个主打菜系。
So the assorted dish is your starfish on your menu, right? Yeah.
这种
We also offer
也
beef
是由我们厨房这边比较推出的一个主打的一个创新式的一个制作工艺，一个烹饪方式。
It's our new dish, and it's prepared with a totally new cooking style.
那咱现在给您准备好的第一个呢是咱们这个三煎鸭肝，然后这个鸭肝的话呢，可能
The
是
first dish is the duck liver.
咱在传统的制作方法里面比较多的采用像一些焦糖呀之类的做一个配饰。
The traditional way of cooking the duck liver is to go with the caramel.
这边的一些特色，比如像一些水果味的东西，然后
But
然后搭配上这个
in the Hainan style, we prepare it with the fruits.
其实是将这种一种西式的法式的这种风情的这种烹饪方式跟本土特色。
So it means a combination of both the French style and also the Hainan style. Right. Yeah, you're right.
对鸭肝的话呢，还是用那种煎的，所以它其实外面脆的。
The duck liver has a crispy surface because it's cooked with a mild fire.
是的，开心果一个表现。
It's also decorated with the crushed walnuts.
确实感觉是不一样的。它这种口感是比较丰富的，然后又很软腻。
It has a multi-layer of tastes.
这个酱料的话，其实一点都不腻。
It tastes very nice and it's not greasy. So can you give us some information about how this seafood is cooked? Well, there are some secret ingredients from our own cooks. They are cautious about the strength of the fire, and also the seafood goes with particular sauces and ingredients. Well, Eric, thank you very much, and thank you for preparing the seafood. I'm also glad to see such a nice scenery of the aquarium. So, dear online viewers, if you got a chance, please come and visit this restaurant. So, Eric, thank you for taking us on the food tour. Now I will turn it over to my colleague to another site. Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm Jing Hui from CGTN. Just now my colleagues have taken you to the aquarium and introduced you lots of knowledge on the marine species. And now I'm at a hotel of Atlantis Water Garden. I'm also joined by a young lady who will give you some information on the hotel. So we will take you on the tour to the room. Actually, this room has 2 layers. The first time I got in here, I thought it has nothing new. But until I saw this aquarium, which rises from the floor to the top. What a view! There are lots of fish. And the fish is nicknamed the beef nose fish because of the shape of its eyes. And this fish is named double fin shark because its eyes are scattered at the edge of its head, so it's able to see 600 and 360 angle view. So the rooftop of this aquarium is not made of glass. So this aquarium will show different colors at different times of the day. It's a perfect representation of the marine view. A lot more fish are coming in our way. Here is the beef nose fish again. And another species is called ray, the black ray and the yellow ray. Lots of species. And now, as you see, because we have light on, the seawater is dark blue. And if we turn off the light, it will give another color. Actually, there are more fish than you can imagine in this aquarium. It's a total representation of the nature. Well, this fish has an interesting nickname, the round bat, because of the shape of its body. It's also nicknamed the big pan fish. And this one, on this fish, you can see some red, dark dots, so it's called the dark fin fish. And also there is a species called the flying shark. As we have raised some questions in the previous session, and now is the opportunity for another question. So the question is, how thick is the glass for this aquarium? So I will give you a range. It's not too thin because the water is natural seawater. So the glass will not be too thin in order to hold the water. Today we will select 10 audiences who offer the right answers, and we will we'll send you the nice souvenirs. But if you have also more questions about the species, about the room, you can also feel free to post up your questions. You know, this aquarium is a nice place for wedding proposals. Just imagine your boyfriend, if he wants to propose to you, he can send a banner to our staff. Then when our staff swims in these aquariums, he may find a chance to post up the banner. So it will be a nice experience for wedding proposal, and also this is a good chance for honeymoon. Some said it's the answer is 10 centimeters, but I don't think the answer is right. This is the black fin shark. Well, there is another fish, the swallow ray. It swims, it runs so fast. This one is called the swallow ray because when it swims, it feels like flying in the water. So the ray feeds on the shells, but the shells are hard to digest, so they spit them out. This one is called the yellow ray because it has a big smile. It's also nicknamed the angel of smile.
这个大小黄胶湖里还有一种你看不见的鲨鱼，它叫做护士鲨，护士。因为它们就是。
There is another interesting species called the nurse shark.
第一是因为它性情比较温顺，不会成为
Because it has a mild temptation.
它的那个头部形状特别像护士帽，对。
And secondly, because the size of its head looks like the shape of a nurse hat. Hence, it got its name. You know, sharks tend to move at night. I heard sharks have to keep moving all the time. Yes, that's true. I never see the dark fin shark stop because they have to move in order to keep breathing. Otherwise, it will choke to death. Well, this shark is red. Check that one. That also looks like a shark. So now it's time to review the answer to the last question. The right answer is I think the answers are quite clever. But the right answer is 65 centimeters. The thickness of the glass is 65 centimeters. And now as it's getting dark, we will have a light party outside the room. Hi everyone. Good evening. As my colleagues have taken you on the tour to the water programs and also the aquarium and also the suit, now it's time for you to taste the delicacy and also enjoy the enthusiasm of the city at dark at night. And this area dates back to the Han Dynasty. And we have imported the domestic brands from Shanghai to Hainan. I have never been to such a light party. In my hometown, there was a light party, but it's my first time to enjoy a light party in Hainan. And this area is also part of the intangible art culture program in China. Now there are 5 figures, 5 mascots for Hainan. They are all the intangible culture programs. So the 5 figures represent both gentlemen and the ladies. And there is a grand theater opera. So we will have a show on later. So the good opera will be thrown up on stage. You know, the Go Hainan series started on the 20th of January this year. We cover different cities of Hainan Province to unveil the grand scenery and culture of the province. We, in our episodes, we planted the coconut trees. We also joined the water programs. We also went to the. We also went to the shopping area,
只见山不见海的海南。
the tax-free shopping complex.
我也是第一次认识到这样的海南，因为我这次走的是中线。
So
我们也是从海
I
口出
went
发
through the
第一
middle
站是到
line.
了白
My
沙里
first
图自治县
stop
我们是去
is
了
the
霸王
lead
岭自然保护
ethnic
区
group
在那儿找了国家珍稀
autonomy
动物非
county.
长臂猿你都见了。
So we
你知
also
道这个
went
长臂
to
猿现在全世界
a
一
zoo.
共只存33只啊。
你们看见了吗？
We got to see the long-armed apes. Now there are only 30 of its kind in the world.
这些东西我们看到了。
So we got to see the water it drinks
霸王岭自然保护区
and the food it feeds on.
我觉得你参与的这些直播，其实给我们更多的网友
So I think your live stream have
不仅只有
presented a different aspect of Hainan.
没错，
So that means Hainan not only has the sea marine scenery but also the tropical sceneries.
海南坡路。
哦，坡路是吗？
We also took the audience onto a tour to a national level preserved animal.
特别幸运，而且我们亲手给这些坡路准备了食物，准备了他
So
们最喜欢吃的海
we
草
have
树叶，我们去现
feed
新鲜
the
砍的，然后给他们
Hainan
做了红
deer.
粘土，是给他们补充营
It's
养。
also a protective animal in Hainan Province.
草木不够旺盛。
We fed the animal.
我平时就是喂一下家里的小猫。
Well, how I envy
遛
you.
狗啊，但是你是去喂
喂
鹿。
鹿，而且你知道坡鹿它其实特别机警，特别胆小，所以我们是藏
So
到
the
在密
animal
林
is
里
very
然后在这个密林里
shy. It hides in the
出
forest.
了一个小小的观测点，然后在那个里面蹲测。
In order to see the animal, we opened up a small
不能说话，在那悄悄的。
angle in order
我跟你
to
讲一个特别好玩的事儿，我们当时那个
capture the
摄像
view.
小哥哥也跟我们一起嘛，在那边等这个鹿，然后他没忍住咳嗽了一声。
You know, the cameraman and I have had been waiting for the deer all the time. And suddenly the cameraman coughed, which scared the deer.
你看看这个灯叫九曲盎然。这个亭子呢，其实就是上海豫
And
园
check
有
the
豫园之
lights
心称号的湖心亭。
here.
然后这个前面这个雀跃的锦鲤呢，其实
There
就预
is
示着新年的好运。那么在新年来
this
临之际，我们
light
走走这个
show
湖心亭前面的九曲
is
桥
to show
就预示着
different
在曲曲折折的道路上祈求新的一年
to show the attractive style of the Hainan architecture.
看到我们这个九曲桥和我们的锦鲤之后，也能够今年
So I hope
好运
by
连连。
watching our episode, you will have good luck for
来听完你最
the
难忘的。
new
其
year.
实我最难忘的是哪一场？我们最难忘的是
If
在
you
蜈支洲岛
ask
做那个
which
海底
episode
世界
is
的
the
那
most
场
unforgettable,
我觉得我
I
们
should
做得
say
太
it will be the
棒了，你知道吗？
underwater
发现就是
session.
我们的主持人们真的很优秀，
Our
显得
hosts
还
are
真
so
对
excellent.
其实看了这10几场直播，我特别想
Are so
告诉
tough.
网友的是，不管大家看到的是只见山不见海的海南，还是像我这样只见
So
海
in
不见
our
山的海南，
episodes,
我希望大家
you
能感受到
in some
海南的
part
这
you
种
may
文
only
化
see the
这是什么
mountain
样的
part,
海南？
and
这
in
是
others
热
you
情的
may
海
see
南
only the
活
sea
泼的海
part.
南这是
But
美丽的海
anyway,
南也
this
是
the
魅力的
Hainan
海南
style shows great hospitality to the people.
360度东中西3条线一起
So
感受了这个中国最南
since
端
Go
的
Hainan series is opened, we have covered the 3 routes, the east, west, and the middle routes.
哎，我在队伍里看到了熟悉的身影。
And I have seen some some familiar faces in this crowd.
来，我们跟他们一起。
They are our colleagues in the episodes.
Hello，来加入我们吧。
来，哦，来了一个鲨鱼。
哦，鲨鱼宝宝你好呀，海豚宝宝你好呀。
Well, we are joined by a shark and a dolphin.
这个水母的，
哇！
有好多小朋友在这边看，今天晚上灯会特别热闹。
There are a lot of marine elements in this light show.
且我发现今天真的是一个大团圆、大欢聚的时刻，就终于。
And I think today is also a great occasion for unity. To have so many hostesses to get
在夜晚的照衬下，
together.
我们看到我们这个灯会的现场，每个灯光流光溢彩，非常的美。好，跟着鲨鱼宝宝走。
The lights are luminescent.
像我们刚刚说的，有一场好戏即将开场。
And later on, we will have a show to be put on stage.
哇，这是有演出是吧？
对，你看，
我有点期待。其实今天的灯光映衬下非常美。
哇，太厉害了！
Wow, how skillful these players are.
小朋友，看吧。
The acrobats have shown the stunts.
哇，非常精彩啊！
What a wonderful performance.
好棒啊！各位 CGTN 的
We
观众朋友
feel so
们
excited about the performance.
我们经过今天的这场直播，到这里就要接近尾声了。
So
其实从1月
This
20
live
号
stream
到现在
started
我
from
们在
the
机场直播间
20th of
感谢
January.
大家的一直陪伴。
And
在这里
throughout the
这样
days,
看
we'd
到
like
圆
to
满的
thank
句
you
号
for your
但是中
support.
国的旅程还没有结束。
Yet
在接下来
this
更多的
is
旅
not
程
the
中，我将
end
去往
of
中
our
国
journey.
更多的省
We
份
will
和地区，
later
见
take
证
you
更
on
多
to
不同独具特
onto
色的
other
风土人
cities
情。
in China
那我们
and
下
take you
一
to
站
more
再
grand
见
sceneries. So see you in next
提前祝
cities.
大家新年快乐呀！
See you in the next
节快
stop
乐
and wish you a happy new year.
哇，这个鲨鱼宝宝，鲨鱼宝宝好可爱。对呀，新年好，给大家新年快乐，新年快乐，家人。
So